Lunch with your fave is brought to you by KFC. Finger licking good. You look like a threat. I'm a threat. Yeah, it's a bad.
And we've jumped right into KFC's Lunch with Your Faves. And today's fave is a legend in the entertainment and music industry as well as the events industry. We're talking Rejuvenation, we're talking Booster Bash to mention but a few, and also a partner in 𝗕𝗂𝗄𝗄 Entertainment with the late hip-hop Banzola 𝗕𝗏. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Seabelo Modibe. Hi, sir, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How old were you during those times?
I think I was 6 or 7.
Okay, cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So now you're like my history. Yeah, or history.
No. Like, you know, when you called me and you said, like, I'm going to have an interview on Yarona, I was like, am I really the target market? Or I'm just this boring old man that's going to, like, really be talking about things that happened 10, 15 years ago.
Top dog.
Yeah,
top
man,
dog.
it's an honor to be here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now let's jump right into it though. Seabelo Modibe. Who is he though?
I don't know my identity, man. Like, I really like, I don't know, man. Like, I always tell people, like, I'm what you know of me. Like, if you have not heard of me, probably you would know as the interview goes on. But I always struggle to tell people whether I'm in the events business, whether I'm a promoter, whether I own a record company. So I really fail to really just give myself just that one title, yeah.
Alrighty. Now for one, I know you're an accountant by profession. But then again, how did you venture into the entertainment and events business?
Am I an accountant? I don't think I am, right?
It's just your documents.
Yeah, like I've never practiced. I think it's something that, you know, I'm very proud and I'm very happy that, you know, I'm at a point in my life where in terms of what I am doing, I have to produce a CV or a certificate and present it on the table. I would be mad if I had to put my accounting qualification on the table to be able to work or to be able to gain work, you know. So I'm not an accountant, right? I've got an AAT qualification, but I'm not an accountant.
Mm-hmm.
I believe like I'm my own man. Like I'm not an accountant, and I don't want to associate with the profession. I believe I'm also not a businessman. I saw you grow an entrepreneur. I believe like people who are business people and entrepreneurs are very unhappy people because they always have to worry about money. Like, I believe like I'm a free soul, I'm a creative, and I'm a guy who speaks his mind, you know? And yeah, so that's that. But I don't think I'm an accountant. I've never practiced as one. Even if people were to say, what is the cost accounting, you know, but I know accounts, I know money, I can read a balance sheet, I can, you know what I'm saying? I know the principles of account, but I'm not.
Yeah. All right. No, I get you. And for you to engage with us on this chat, +26739 is just right after this quick break. We're going to get into more insights of who Seabelo Modibe is, the one who's not but an accountant. The moment is finally here. So, Seabelo, before we went for a quick break, you were mentioning you're your own man.
Yeah.
You know, that's how we born.
Yeah.
And I like that you said that because word in the streets, from what I had, word in the street, some of the words in the street is that and I believe it's justified because you're a man of many hats. But when
no, man, I think people who don't know me, like, it's like, you know, now I come from, like, look, man, now I get more,
yeah.
What you see is what you get. Like, I get you know, I get you saw I came for an interview, I sat there, I waited for whoever invited me, sit down and do my stuff. So 1, I get my khakan. 2, I'm not arrogant. 3, I don't, you know, like, I don't get paid for arrogance or for those things. ask anyone, especially the younger musicians that know me or the younger people, it is only that, when people don't get what they want from me, they become frustrated. And they think that they'd conclude what they conclude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, I always tell people, I'm not like Father Christmas.
You're not a people pleaser.
I'm not, if you're going to come to me and you're going to ask for an advice, I'm going to give you advice on the basis of what I know, not what I assume.
Yeah.
If I don't know something, I'll tell you, look, buddy, I don't think this is my area of speciality. In terms of, there are people that are saying, like, I mean, if it doesn't change the price of bread or salt, so it's their own opinion, they can keep it, So that's not me,
All right.
but it's up to them. So if I already, look, it's your own business. I mean, I'm not going to like spend a lot of time wasting my time about it, because look, I'm not a public limited company, so people's perception about me doesn't matter. So
Even PTY Ltd.
Yeah, so I'm not running a stocks, right? So how people judge me, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, my work does the talking. If I'm given a job to say, look, this is the event that you're doing, I deliver it, the client is happy, that's it. I go home.
Yeah.
I don't have time to be hanging around with people and trying to make friends. No, that's not how I operate.
I like that. Now take us from the genesis of you building your brand, you building your name.
Yeah. So I've always known that I'll be where I am, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not the type of guy that builds something to be number one or number two or number three. I don't compete. I'm not in a business of competing with other people.
Love it.
Yeah. So where I am, I know I'm the best at what I do.
Yeah. Come on now.
And I know that in terms of what I do, I don't know what other people are doing in the game. So I don't focus on other people, what they're doing. But in terms of what I do, I believe I'm the best. And I believe that there's nobody who can beat me or can compete with me with what I do. Because the difference between me and many people is that I continuously work with other talent.
Yeah.
If you look at my structure and my business and how I run things, I've got many talented young people around me.
Yeah.
I'm not a one-man show. So a lot of people, especially who are in they get frustrated by that. And I can tell you, Seabelo Modibe is not one person. It's many people. That's why most of the time, like I was doing the 𝗵𝗁, I'll give you a typical example. Many people will say like, yeah, but you had the biggest budget than you know what I'm saying? Everyone was saying whatever they want to say. But if you look at the team that I had built, I had 193 people working on a production, right? That's unheard of. I didn't get the bag and run away, go buy a car and build a house. I went out, I got everybody to eat. I got people who had not done stage management. I had about people who had not ever done big things. So I had to train these people for about 2 months or 3 months. These are young people, graduates who had never worked anywhere.
Wow.
Some of their first job, like they got like their first $2,000 internship, like from me for the 2-3 months on a monthly basis. And you can call everybody who was working on the production, or did you get paid? I don't owe a single person from that production.
Wow.
Right? That's number one. I never at any point tried to squeeze anyone that was working there. The only people that I didn't have there that I knew that we could not get as a skill there was the head producer, was the multi-camera director. You see, you've got one camera here, you've got 2 cameras here, right? There's one director.
Yeah.
So we're running with 8 cameras, excluding the Jeep, excluding the one, what you call it, the one that you wear, right? So we're running 10 cameras, running 3 shows. And the boom was like the red carpet, backstage. So there was like 3 shows running at the same time on one TV set. Obviously, you need a skillful and knowledgeable director.
Yeah.
We don't have a show that happens like that every year. So I brought people from outside to do it. People say, no. I'm like, look, guys, I'm not going to like listen to people complaining. You've never done it before, so don't waste my time.
You know
what I'm saying? So one of the things with me, even the guys in the team, they'll tell you, we don't have time for time wasters. if you're going to come to a meeting and then you're sitting with us, we are not in a business of, I've told guys, we're not in a business of talking about other people or focusing on people's projects. We focus on ourselves. We look at our mistakes. If we feel that there's an event out there that we can go and benchmark and learn from it, we do that.
You do that.
So I think that's what young people also must do. So I think that's that with me. Like, one, I believe I'm the best in what I do.
For sure.
I believe that I have the opportunity, and I'm very blessed that I've got many young talented people around me. I mean, you can imagine, I've got 80-something people right now that I was working with on the BOMUs. It means I've got 80 brains of people that are churning ideas. So I've got a WhatsApp group of people that are churning ideas every day about what we must do with the BOMUs. So I'll never run out of ideas.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that.
So because everyone who was there is like, yo, you know what? This was the experience. Did you see? Because every day those kids are watching just awards. Like, I don't even have to watch whether it's the Oscars,
the
like the Grammys the other day.
Yeah.
So they're watching the Grammys and they're looking at what the Grammys are doing. And you know, funny enough, if you look at our red carpet, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the background of the Grammys? They copied us.
No.
With the black, with the black
but
thing.
for real.
Did you check it out?
Yeah. Also, when I saw yours, it was giving international. So
You know, so we came in what 5 months ahead. So you must give us a horn there. so
Definitely.
like I'm saying, so we changed how the red carpet should be designed. Like no backdrop banner, no wara. You know, we went pure wood furniture. We got like young, you know, carpenters and young craftsmen to design the whole thing, and we want a different direction, you know. And this year we will go a level up again, you know.
I like that you believe so much in talent, so much that you squeeze everybody in. Good, how Julie knows. That's basically what you're saying, right?
Because look, what can I do alone? Because I'm busy listening to myself. There are many young talented people, and everybody's bringing their skill set. You know, there are people that just their general job at the BOMUs was just hydrating people, just making sure that everyone has got water, and that nobody. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just making sure that people don't move out from their cameras. There was just generally somebody who just her job was just making sure that there's proper hydration every day, not water. Whether there's a person who's like diet, making sure that if there's a vegetarian here, his food is not mixed with other people. There's a person who's there. There's a safety. Just a young kid, like we had a kid from IDM, graduate, who was there for safety every day to make sure that before we go in the hall, the cables are right. So you got to make sure that you do things at that level, because we went out to the metros and the summers in South Africa, and we're like, guys, we can do this. The difference is between us and these guys is that these guys have employed many people. We're not like
Exactly. Let me cut you short on that one. I still remind you when I might tuned in that you can engage with us on +267 39 11066. And right after this quick break, I'm gonna play you an interesting song just to spice up the mood. It's 𝗪𝗏 by 𝗪𝗏. Listen, the studio is on fire. I'm having a great time. I genuinely almost forgot to turn on the mic so we could be back on air. But here we are. And before we took that quick break, Seabelo, you were mentioning about, you know, how you believe in pulling in other people, sharing the mindset, you know, sharing the tapping into their minds, for example. And you basically believe in everybody's talented, in short. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, everybody, like, there's no one who doesn't have talent, you know. I was watching 𝗪𝗏𝘓𝗏 the other day, like you know, it was like this guy was asking him like, yo, 𝗪𝗏𝘓𝗏, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about this event that he's doing, and you know, one of the things that he was saying, good, like he's gonna do it. I think it was like in a stadium somewhere in his home village, and they're going to change the game. You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that village will never be the same again and stuff like that, you know. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what mindset this dude is at, right? But, you know, he's not really focusing on this guy that's asking him. This guy didn't ask him, what are you up to? They were just asking him, yo, 𝗪𝗏𝘓𝗏, who's it? Then he started to tell him about his dream or his ambition.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, if a guy like 𝗪𝗏𝘓𝗏, right, you know, can really like right? You know what I'm saying? Can really like show such kind of passion, like it's going to change the game, it's going to do this, there's hope for everybody.
There's hope for everybody. I like that you say that because you also happen to have a view that BW artists overrate themselves.
No, it's not a view. It's not necessarily, not only them.
Yeah.
This thing about Botswana, we overrate. When getting into the, I mean, I've got people that come to my office all the time. They want to work with me. Somebody comes in there. I'm doing what I'm doing. You want to come plug into my platform? You can't come there and tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When you need my help.
Not necessarily when you need my platform.
Yeah.
So this is my point. We've got very talented artists, right? But if they were going to get into the industry with the mindset that I'm talented, I'm in this thing as a business, I'm going to get a manager, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this, right? They'll go anywhere. The reason why I'm saying they overrate themselves is because they believe they're artist managers. They believe they're on their own record. They believe they're publishers. They believe they're everything, right?
Jack of all trades.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still to see one artist with a proper management team. You know, I was talking to Scar the other day about Robot Boy. He was like, came, I think, one of the gigs there. He had like guys filming and taking, every 5 minutes they're creating content. You could see all those guys, they've got a game plan. And they've got that, when you go back to his social media, you can see how management right? So for me, like, if you are an artist and you're going to be based your career only on singing and DJing, then you've got it all wrong. And that is why when people don't get booked, but Facebook, promoter, promoters also need money.
Yeah.
So you're saying this guy, they must break their back, but distribute the flyer like that. Then from there they give you 10,000 for what? For 30 minutes? You get
and everybody's a DJ these days. Why is everybody a DJ these days?
Because now it's cheaper to be a DJ, right? I mean, it's DJing and singing, right, are currently the careers that make most of the money, but they're the simplest careers to be in them because you don't need any license, you don't need any gatekeeping, you don't need anything. As long as you can record a song, put it online, if it pops up, boom, you are in. I
was having a chat off air sometime this week with a DJ Sway, and we were talking about 𝗕𝗄𝗄𝗪𝗓's track. I think I was watching it on Facebook rather. So I said, listen, I personally feel like the likes of 𝗕𝗄𝗄𝗪, Blue, the beat is giving. Honestly speaking, I'm not saying she's not talented. I'm just saying probably.
Oh, you're talking as a consumer.
Yeah, I'm talking not even as a radio presenter. I don't even have a name in this comment. I'm just talking as a consumer. Listen, because I'm adding on to what you just said. I mean, I almost said no hard feelings. It's all right if hard feelings are there. This is my opinion. No,
let me tell you this. One of the biggest mistakes and biggest things in this country is that, you know, if somebody's work, you don't tell them because
exactly.
You feel like what? Boss, now you come to me. That's why I want to buy a arrogant. You know what? This is not your. I'll tell you, this is not your line of business. This is not a career for you. Go look for a job as a security guard or. And
it goes back to what you just said. You want to be one thing. You just want to be an artist. Just do other things. Focus on your content. Because in that way, sometimes we'll probably book you because only follow you.
Yeah.
Not because your hit is a hit. Maybe the beats are a hit, but you have a following. Yeah. So as a promoter, I probably get for my lineup because we're crowd.
To be honest, right now, being an artist or a DJ only, and you want a promoter to book you, you're fooling yourself. You gotta be doing something. If you look at the guys right now, like 𝗏𝗏𝗪𝗏, they've got that whole thing with Piano Hub, that they've got content, they're opening restaurants, they're buying. That's what's happening. Like, people think I'm not a small time. I bought my own gear. I've got my own stage. Got my own light. I'm not like out there yet.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start advertising them. So I don't do one thing, right? I don't just do events and stuff. I consult. I do copyright consulting. I do many things that I'm doing in the entertainment space. I'm not only doing one. I'm probably doing 5 or 6 things. That's why a lot of people get frustrated. You'll find that some of the clients that I have, I'm doing this one deal with them, but because they're doing this, they are forced to give me this deal because they can't afford to pay me for a different deal.
Yeah.
So for me, like, if you're doing one thing, then, and you're relying on this one thing, like you're a DJ, waiting. you're making a big mistake.
Yeah.
You are making a big mistake because if something happened to your hand or something, Black Coffee's go one, but so
I feel you.
So if something can happen to you, like I don't know, so I just think that, look, let's be honest, man. Where we are with our artists, like our artists in the value chain of the global music market, we're far. We're very far when you compare it to these Ghanaians, this Ghanaian artist, Stone Boy, when you look at these Nigerians, when you look at the South Africans and Zimbabweans and Tanzania, those Kenyan artists, we're very far. But we behave like we're it. Like every time we get to go about it, what are you thinking? If you don't market if you don't market your product, if you don't market yourself, you will be paid what you are worth. You get paid for what you do for your brand. If you don't market your brand, guys, I always tell people like 𝗕𝗫𝘁𝘀𝘄𝗵 releases a song, I think, every 2-3 months.
Yeah.
The guy is forever marketing because if he doesn't drop a song, those guys who are doing piano, they're dropping a song every week.
Literally every week.
And they have a dance challenge going on every week. So what are you going to do? You're going to sit back and still so those guys are, and I'm telling people, those guys, they'll forever be booked, they'll forever come here because it's the market, right? That dictates that.
Yeah.
People, they always say, oh no, the promoter, reasons about okay. We're not promoters or those people. They're not friends with them. They're not family members.
Yeah.
They've just seen those people on the internet just like anyone else. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like I'm saying, to be honest, I don't care. I don't really care how people think about what I think about
the entertainment industry in BW.
No. Like I think that Luhle, you guys like. You don't like telling people the truth.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We're playing it safe too much.
Yeah, so I don't think that you are happy at the output of artists, are you? I mean, let me ask you a question today.
Yeah.
Give me 5 artists who can sing better than 𝗕𝗫𝘁𝗵𝗵 and Samantha Moro in South Africa.
In South Africa?
Yeah. Who are better than them?
I mean, Tyler.
Come on. Really? Better than Samantha?
Okay, now, when you put Samantha, you see my girl with that transition song.
Okay, cool.
So,
fine,
I get you.
With that talent, right? I always tell her, like, Samantha, with this talent,
she'd go far.
You don't need the type of people around. You need proper management, proper staff. You know what I'm saying? We've got the most talented people around. But I can tell you, Samantha and 𝗕𝗫𝘁𝗵, you can see what they really try.
No, Baspana, sure.
And maybe those are the 2 artists that were failing, Rona. But what else is everyone doing?
Yeah.
You get my point?
Yeah.
So for me, like I'm saying, man, this whole thing of people always bale mo di Facebook, ba re ba ka computer le bo pori le bo 𝗘𝗏𝗀𝗃,
Banna life mo Insta ba re tega. We have a WhatsApp chat.
Do you know anybody who can come close to those guys now? Like if you were a producer a piano, so anagana no, mona 𝗘𝗏𝗁𝗃 skata re buke wena. O ka re bulela crowd. Like I'm saying, or like sometimes we just have to argue this thing at the basic level. Like it's like me, right? At my level, people are going to compete with 𝗓𝗏𝗄𝗏. I mean, like really, it's just more is just to kill my career. Like but no, you know what? We think that you are better than 𝗓𝗏𝗄𝗏. I mean, for real? Nah, I mean. It's 𝗓𝗏𝗄𝗏, it's 𝗓𝗏𝗄𝗏 for crying out loud. I mean, this is the guy only one is responsible for Uhuru and you know what I'm saying?
Everyone.
I can't overrate myself to that level. Like I always hear people saying, 𝗕𝗫𝘁𝗀𝗶, if you go to South Africa, you become big with your ideas, and I'm like, this guy, you didn't know how many people are there. There are Nigerians, there's everybody there.
Everybody's there.
And I'm telling them, like, guys, I've developed a game plan of entering that market.
Yeah.
But I can't enter that market with such kind of mindset. And that lazy thinking. And I can't going to that market like, you know, like, you know, Canada people buy the industry. Motoriki DJ, alle angry are people who are on going about you. You can't go into a market over like a Coca-Cola or no, a cola. Do you know how many people have failed to take Coke out of the market and they have got? I'm saying Coke because I have Coca-Cola and Fatu. And how got a mama has there was a year in the body. I'm sorry to say that body refresh, body twat. You remember those drinks? Nerota and Modi shop is more flow with the Coca-Cola market. Do you remember that year?
Yeah.
But right now, right, as we speak, but they still go to the shelf. They get a Coke, they get a Fanta. They
One time.
Because what? It's the real McCoy.
Exactly.
People, they know the real thing. Or this is the damn real thing. so like, I don't know. Like, also, I know, no. We do Luhle blind. Join a cafe. What did I mean,
come on now.
You can do go like sometimes on the week. You must know your place and you must know the level. Or like, you know what? This is my level. You know what I'm saying? So,
I really like this. Let's take a quick one. +26739110666. Alrighty, we're still tuned into Lunch with Your Fave. It's proudly brought to you by KFC, and your fave for today is Seabelo. Seabelo, we have a WhatsApp voice note here. I think I'm gonna jump start with it. So basically, the WhatsApp voice note is from Kabelo Shima or Sia Mohami Are. What do you have to say about that? I think basically this comes from the chat where I mentioned about, you know, me feeling like Boss is now like with the new song that I saw. And it's not me attacking her, but she's good.
No. Like, you know what? I think we'd rather be mediocre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we're not going to tell each other the truth.
Yeah.
Right? For me, it's not about her or anyone else. But there's this general thing in Botswana where people can't tell. People come here to Yarona FM, drop demos, what they want to work on radio. Just tell this person, Raymond, it's a king. To a lot of change more reception. Some of the tiro somewhere else. You know what? Or do something else, right? That's that. You know what I'm saying? Rather than to give people false hope here, you know, one of the big why people end up being different because people they tell people they are talented. But they can't even hold a mic. So if people are not good at something, tell them, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Not only in music, in everything that we're doing. This thing this thing so problem is that we have entertained mediocrity for a very long time. And there's this thing in Botswana where, you know, we patronize each other. Now I don't mind people telling me, you know what? You can go fly a kite, you know. This thing is not your thing, you know.
So while you're at it right there, I think you have a WhatsApp message, voice note directed straight to you.
But Lumara now is excelling.
No. He has said that to other people.
Yeah.
In his career.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah, I saw some girl called 𝗕𝗏𝘁𝗵 complained that we like the audition in My African Dream. And Lungo said that, you know what, she's got a bad voice.
Yeah.
But 𝗕𝗏𝘁𝗵 is now one of the best choreographers. Guys, do you think that people have told me good news all my life? I mean, people have... Schizo once told me that he doesn't think I can cut, but we're now like...
Boys like that, yeah.
Like me and Schizo, like we've got a good relationship. But I went out and corrected myself, fixed the Ozanadimpola, like came back and I told him here. And I came to him, I mean, I think years, like 20 years ago, I went to him and I'm like, yeah, Kibuile. Then he laughed and said, yeah, you know what?
You worked on it.
Ready, you know? There's nothing wrong with telling someone about some. And you
know, the funny thing is I can relate so well with this. When I was, I think, 17, I was staying in the ghetto by then. And there was a there's a Muscom event going on. So, who do promo gele mo galo mo? And I sub a world to become a promo girl. But so I go to DJ Q, I go Francis Town, Ken and head of that. He still is. What do promo gele go Francis Town? So I go to him, I'm like, yo, Q, I brought you fine girls who would like, would like to be one of your girls. And he looks at all of us and he looks at me and says, wait, that broke me. But in the right way, like I never showed him, no, brother, so I was honest with myself to say, listen, I had a very petite body. I'm a short kid. So obviously, everybody's going to think this child, you know. And years later, here I am. And one time I know I remember he called me, he said, Bon, I have a gig in 𝗕𝗏𝘁𝗵. I'm not even planning to come there. Let your own girls do the gig. And I appreciated that. I didn't think he was attacking me. He was telling me the truth. I was a tiny kid.
Let me tell you, when I started off with 𝗬𝗑𝘏, right? There's a true story.
Yeah.
We there. We just dropped out Harambe. We're riding. 𝗤𝗂𝗄𝗄 is out. We're about to release YBA, the same song that you're playing. Sean Watson comes to this meeting. It's hot. Like we're hungry, like we have not made it. He's talking all types of ball. Like, are you saying these guys can sell records? So you guys are gonna shoot what? You're gonna shoot a music video for these guys. So you're releasing this guys same day. You're releasing Christos Musical Sessions. They had the Sonia Harole Monate. With the guy called, yeah. That song was about to come out. Like when we were coming out, the first song on the album is 𝗬𝗑𝘏, like the sample, like it's a feel good sample. Like we build the city, like we're presenting the album. We're telling them about those zoos. Nobody's willing to listen to us, right? You know, we've got Build the City, we've got this fresh talent, Morafi is just out of the block and stuff. Like nobody was listening to us, right? Nobody had gave Motswako a chance at that time. We end up having to shoot ourselves, the video that had zoos, Proverb, you know, a lot of those rappers in it. And Motswako blew up. But we did it ourselves because nobody believed in us. And it doesn't mean that when people don't believe in you, it means that they've given up on you, right?
Yeah.
It is sometimes that they don't understand your vision, or your vision according to them is not clearer. So you need to maybe walk a few steps, and then they can see where you're going and they can join you on your journey. And you must understand this life thing, gents, it's your own journey, right? You know, you're not living for anybody. Let's say more Yarona about how go corners. Or so something was into remise or lake. Was into the lake all knows. A house known as a corner, but no corner or
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And also we must also make sure there's pettiness and there's constructive criticism. And we must learn from constructive criticism. If it's criticism that is going to be, but this criticism is meant to build.
Yeah.
Where you can sit down and say, you know what, that meeting. You know that meetings where you go to, and afterwards you feel like I was not supposed to be in that room.
Yeah, to
like,
start
I don't know
with.
what are you doing. But there are meetings that, you know, everything has not gone right for you and like you've done badly. When you sit down, you're like, you know what, I should have done this and this. And when you go to the next meeting, and you apply your learnings from the previous meeting or that previous encounter,
you excel.
Things go up, you know. So for me, that's that, you know.
Now,
but like I'm saying, you know, like yeah, you know. So I didn't want to like sit here and like have this thing as a lecture. I'm not a public speaker. You know, so I wanted to come here and talk about the music and stuff like that.
Briefly take us through you working with 𝗬𝗑𝘏. Speaking of you talking about music.
Look, man, 𝗬𝗑𝘏 built a very good foundation for me, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows me through 𝗬𝗑𝘏, you know. Everybody knows about the music we did, everything that we did together. And especially people who are coming from that generation, you know. So the kids that are coming from behind, I can see even the guys that I work with, every time I tell them, like, we once tried this with 𝗬𝗑𝘏, this is what happened. They become attentively, they sit back and say, oh, so what happened? So they want to hear the story,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we did a lot, man. Like, you know, that 𝗬𝗑𝘏 was the first African artist to be nominated for the BTV Music Award.
Whoa.
Best, yeah? You know that? Before all these people started to win and go up there, we were in the US. We flew up there. We were there, like right at that thing at the Barclays Center. We went to that award ceremony in the US. So sometimes I hear many people say they have like I don't talk about my achievements, right? Because by extension, most of the time it's 𝗬𝗪's.
Yeah.
But me and him, through 𝗬𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀, we did achieve a lot of stuff. Yeah. So we even won an MTV award. We're the first African guys to win it. Remember the MTV Music Awards where they had an African category?
Yeah.
With 𝗕𝗵𝘁𝘁𝗵. You know that song with 𝗬𝗪 in the toilet thing? Yeah, that song won an MTV award.
Oh, that's a song that won?
Yeah. So that, yeah. So like, you know what? That's what, but like I'm saying, we did a lot, man. We changed the game, like Zeus, Samba, 𝗘𝗶𝗁𝗲. And the difference between 𝗬𝗪 and many people is that he was not scared to have people eat next to him. The biggest problem that is there right now is that when somebody makes it, right, and Luhle comes and say, yo, you know what, can you put me on? They don't want to do that because they think that if Luhle can eat,
like
she's gonna topple me.
Yeah.
I think 𝗬𝗪's mindset was like, open the door, keep it wide open, let everybody go in. Once there's many of us inside eating, the cake grows, the pie grows bigger. I think that's the mentality that doesn't exist these days.
He was basically a studio artist. There's something you mentioned about studio artist and purchase order artist, right? Now bringing it home.
So you follow me a lot.
I follow you. I told you, top dog again, top dog. Top dog. Now bring it home.
So I was just saying that, you know what? There are many artists, right, who generally, right, are not, you know, like, if you're going to put them into the mainstream industry and say, look, man, there's a gig there, come perform, and they won't excel, right? They are more like government performers, like they go to these government gigs and perform there. But if I was to bring an orchestra and put it here and do a musical and say, guys, let's do music, they won't. And those artists, generally, they've got those 1, 2, 3 Afro pop or jazzy songs. For me, I don't think that's talent, right? I don't. I believe talent is ATI, right? You know, where like you can just get out of your box and do your thing. Real talent, you know, 𝗪𝗏𝗏, Doughboy. That's talent for me. Like Youngstana, talent for me, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like an artist that like really can put themselves in a very uncomfortable space in terms of creativity. Not like, you know, like, you know, the artists who, you know, were allowed to release album, make Afro pop, and again, you know, like,
yeah,
you know
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know, that's why I like these piano boys, right? The talent is limitless. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like, I just think that there's just so many artists that are government employees or corporate employees because generally they thrive there, right? And I think they have become too heavy on real talent. You know, there are many. The Fox played me a rapper the other day. Was here. I forgot that boy, man. I think he was nominated for the 𝗬𝗪s. I think he won a 𝗬𝗪. You know, like he's a 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀 guy. I forgot his name.
Now that you mentioned the 𝗬𝗪, I was going to ask you one last question before I let you go. You did the Bumu, and the 8th 𝗬𝗪s was last year. And would you genuinely say the awards were given to genuine studio artists or purchase order artists?
No. I was just saying that, or like, it's 𝗘𝗣𝘁𝘁𝗵𝗪, yeah. That's the artist that I couldn't find him, right? I just felt like when Fox was playing that song, man, I was like, damn, man, this boy, like, even today, I was telling 𝗬𝗪 about there's a boy that I played. Now I'm gonna like tell 𝗬𝗪 today because I was talking to him, you know, we used to do 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀 tape. So I was telling him like we must do another 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀 tape. You know what I'm saying?
Love
it. Bring another 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀 tape. And I was telling him like, I think we've got the, you know, 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀 tape that time. It was 𝗬𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀, right? Just element, like those are the faces that came out of 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀 tape. So 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀 tape always has got this controversial guy. So if you remember, Modibe did 10-111. You know, the 𝗕𝗂𝗪𝗪𝗲 song.
I was 10.
Yeah, that was the song that came on 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀 tape. So I was telling 𝗬𝗪 today that, you know what, I think if you bring back 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀 tape, we've got the guy that's like gonna be the guy that will come out of that 𝗪𝗀𝗀, because he's trying to do the very last one. But getting back to it, when I talked about real artists being shadowed by this whole thing with agencies. That now, I want the context to be cleared. Like, you know, right now, if I'm working at an advertising agency, right, and he's a rapper and he's my friend, right, I could pass him gigs, right, even if he's talentless, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I felt at that point. That's why I said, you know what? I just think that a lot of these artists that are making it right now, they're not real talent.
Yeah.
They just purchase other artists, you know what I'm saying? Studio artists and the real creative that are breaking their backs. They're the back. The one thing with awards is that with the Booms, I don't have powers like in terms of nomination and the winners. So I don't know who won. But I think you remember there was a time where like there was a scramble for these corporate gigs. Like everybody was like
wanted to be booked with corporate.
Yeah. And even the artists that were saying that they were gonna do these festivals and stuff like. But like I was telling you, man, I love ATI, right? ATI like is a festivals guy. He's a big stage guy. Like he thrives there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we might not be paying him as promoters, but like the guy is there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
For me, like that's that, you know. I hope that I'm understood, right?
Yeah, you're very clear.
Yeah, you know,
we get you.
Yeah, you know. So I just feel like real talent in Botswana is killed by this whole thing of friendships and stuff, where people they know Mutu is not a good DJ. But these guys, because they work at a brewery or at a distribution company, they continue to give this DJ, this bad DJ gigs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just because he's their boy, and I think that's what's killing the. But I think the industry generally now, with both Megan Thee Stallion, both 𝗕𝗣𝗍𝗵, it's what it is. You know, just untalented girls that are hot, dancing, and you know what I'm saying. But you know, you won't have like an 𝗓𝗂𝗵𝗍𝗵 or a Mary J or any talented artist like.
Or Miss Elliott.
Or Miss Elliott. Like
yeah.
They like there's just too much of manufactured artists, you know. There's no raw talent out there, you know. Yeah.
I love it. H, because of time, I'm going to have to love and leave you. But before that, for somebody who's tuned in and hearing about you and more about you rather, and they would like to work with you on whatever platform, more of the platforms that you're actually offering, where can they reach you?
I get on Facebook. So like just go to Seabelo Modibe there. Like that's where I am, you know, like. But one about I get to my Facebook, you call like I mean Facebook like is my ground, like that's where like people like I always tell people like go Facebook like that's my battleground, you know what I'm saying? People have attacked me, but I've never switched off my Facebook. I thrive there, you know.
All right, so basically they should reach you, go Facebook or Seabelo Modibe.
That's it.
All right, thank you so much. Before I let you go though, Modibe and 𝗕𝗪𝗵, which one was your favorite?
My favorite? Do you have a favorite? Like, I don't have really a favorite, or you want to tell, like the one that means maybe a lot to me?
Yeah, maybe.
Is Walk On By.
My favorite is Java, so we're going to play that. Thank you so much for chilling with us. We're chilling with your fave today being Seabelo Modibe.
So you're a party girl, right?
The legend in the entertainment and music industry as well as the events industry. I'm talking the brains behind Rejuvenation, Booster Bash, a partner to the Gogo Entertainment with the late hip-hop pantola, 𝗕𝗪𝗵. And this is exactly how we wrap up Lunch with Your Faves. Proudly brought to you by KFC.
You look like a threat. Lunch with Your Fave is brought to you by KFC. Finger licking good.